What up, everybody? Welcome to a new episode of Dead in Hip Hop Conversations. My name is Kenneth Biens. Joining me on the show is Rod and Spike.
What up, no?
From the On Deck TV show.
Yes, absolutely. Glad to be here.
Make sure you guys check them out on YouTube. They are on YouTube, so go click that search button and go over, check out podcast clips they be uploading, and you can subscribe to them as well wherever you get your podcasts.
And them is with AB included.
Yeah.
Y'all favorite AB, so y'all go check that out, man.
Yep, you guys like AB, so you guys like Spike, so you get another helping of them.
And we got some announcements coming up soon too, so it'll be fun.
B and Ralph are out this week, so that's why Spike is here. It was about to be a two-man crew. Yeah. But glad you was able to come through, brother.
Absolutely. Appreciate the invite.
And I'm glad you're here because we're going to talk about a conversation that has kind of was permeating heavy earlier this year, and then it kind of dissipated a little bit. I think now's probably a good chance to have a conversation about album rollouts. There was a lot of positive commentary around what the clips did and how effective that album rollouts were. It was something that we hadn't seen in a long time, and you could argue that rap rollouts are a thing of the past. So it was good to have a little bit of nostalgia, but it's also a good opportunity to kind of look ahead with the way technology is changing and everything is changing, the way people push out music, et cetera, et cetera.
And it's crazy because I remember like several years ago we was like, dang, that's crazy that they just be shock dropping albums. You remember when Beyonce did it, and we was like, oh yeah, Beyonce is the only one that could do something like that. Remember when we had that conversation? Like so it's interesting to see like more artists are like doing it now. Was doing it until recently, like different things. And I mean, we always seen like artists do like come up with some sort of drama or something like that before an album come out and stuff like that. So
the rage rollout,
beefs, like that was a big thing. 50 used to do that a lot. Joey Badass just tried to do it. It didn't work.
Did not work.
It did not work at all. But yeah, surprise albums were shock drops, as you call them. Yeah. Why do you think? Why are we not doing that anymore?
I feel like they still happen though. I mean, J-Elect just did it. I mean, he dropped like what, 3, almost 4 albums, like 3 albums in an EP.
They did, but they were so disrespectful, bro. Oh. we'll talk about it, but yeah.
I still feel like artists kind of do it. And I'm like, maybe you shouldn't have did that.
I don't feel like J-Elect was expected anything, so he just dropped that out of his hard drive. He just like, here y'all go, man. Here goes some albums.
I remember he said it on one of the tracks that he gave like whole 19 albums just off the strength.
I see, or whatever. 19 tracks or albums?
I didn't say albums. I think
albums.
Yeah. I think he said albums.
So he been rapping this whole time and just keeping it to himself.
I guess so, man. I guess he just hadn't quite got. But you remember, like I think Jay was saying that it's like the hold up is him. Like he
did say that.
I guess he wants to like perfect the albums and stuff. It's interesting what he's doing. I don't know if he's gonna continue to drop because he just dropped some on the 21st. So like it was like on the 18th. I mean the 17th, 18th, the 21st. So I'm wondering if he's gonna continuously drop, kind of like what Griselda does sometimes. Like, but they don't do it that back to back. But yeah, I'm curious to see what he's doing with this rollout.
I think what happened with the shock jock is people are even less like. The attention span has shrunk even since Beyonce did. She did it same day or a week before?
It was just it just popped up.
It was just an album.
Album out.
I don't think that people could do that now in the sense of like people paying attention to so many other things, social media and Twitch and streaming and podcasts, and it's like, oh, such and such got an album out. I'll put it on the back burner to go check it out, depending on who it is. Of course, if it's Beyonce, you run into it, but if a random example, Sci-Hi got an album he's been talking about for the last 3 years. He claimed is the best hip hop album you didn't heard in a long time. If he just put that on social, or excuse me, just put that on streaming sites tomorrow, I'm not sure that I would get to it before like next week before I had to record and tell people about it. It just wouldn't be a priority.
Because there was no buildup.
There's no buildup to it. Yeah, I think the buildup is coming back. The Clips did that. Cardi did that. Went platinum in a day. Of course, that was because of the other songs. But we've been seeing her outside in the subways. She had a meet and greet here last night.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody. I'm out here trying to sell these CDs. I'm trying to change my life around.
So you're saying that if the Clips just randomly just dropped the album, then your anticipation would, or your interest wouldn't have been as...
It wouldn't have. They don't get 100 and however many thousand they do first week if they just shock drop. People more vested in people now too. They want to hear you talk. Well, because so many people stopped doing it. Like the main, like Drake and Future and Kendrick. Like when the last time you seen any one of them in an interview? I think people are more interested nowadays, especially if they like want the brand. Like people wanted that Clips to be, especially like nostalgia for people our age of hip hop. They wanted to hear that, and then you see them everywhere, and they talking about this, and they doing Tiny Desk, and they like, oh man, I can't wait till this come out. As to where if they just said, oh, I got an album coming Friday, I'd be like, okay, cool.
You think that only works because it's something that we grew up with?
I think so. I don't know how it affects the kids. That is a good point. I think you got to affect the kids. You do what Lotto, like when Lotto and Ice Spice, they was beefing, and then they dropped a song together. They went to go sit with Kai Cenat to premiere.
So for them, like going to streamers,
Yep.
so they could drop something, then go to streamers, and then run up the numbers.
That's the thing for them. I'm gonna take the song to Kai or whatever any one of the other streamers' names is. I ain't familiar with all of them, but I'm gonna take it up here. The chat gonna hear it. They gonna put the flames in the chat. They gonna ask the chat about it or whatever it may be, and then people go look for it on streaming DSPs.
Rod, do you remember Travis Scott? Do you remember that concert he did on Fortnite?
No, I don't.
I remember that.
I remember hearing something about it, but I didn't know he actually did it.
He did a concert. My son watched it, and I was like, "This is the future, the metaverse thing," which isn't really moving.
Yeah, it's not.
But
Which is strange.
it is strange.
I thought that would have caught on.
I did too.
It's Zuckerberg, bro. I don't know. I think there's like, and there are a lot of like things that you have to that are required in order to participate. You got to get the goggles. You got to do. So it's a lot. Yeah.
Oh, you can't just pull it. That ain't just like a PlayStation Link. Like I'm just pulling it up. Got my PlayStation.
Well, for the metaverse, this virtual world, I think it requires all the hardware.
That's why. No wonder.
Yeah, but for what he did though, it's like you just go in this little open world and you just watch the concert.
Nathan's here with all the ice on in the booth. At the gate outside, when they pull up, they give me loose.
It was the craziest thing I ever saw, but you guys are right. Like, so when I'm thinking, like, I just knew that was going to catch on. You couldn't convince me that it wasn't, and nobody else has done it.
You know what? I think I do remember that, and I said that was going to be a major inconvenience to have put on that headset. It needs to be like some like glasses that you could put on, like put on a glass and you can see that shit. Put on a whole fucking
like the Oculus and stuff like
and
that?
all that. Nah, ain't nobody doing all that. Ain't nobody doing all that to go to a concert. I think if they was able to just put on some glasses or something, it'd be better.
Well, with this one, they could just watch it on the TV, but they're actually walking around with their characters.
Yeah.
But to your point, no, nobody's doing that. But I think you can do more stuff like that.
You go to a basketball game with those glasses on. Like you can sit front row.
Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah,
which is crazy.
Insane.
Yeah, the basketball game, bro.
Football games, like you can sit 50-yard line, wherever you want to.
Which glasses?
The glasses that you're talking about.
Okay.
They got NBA courtside or whatever it may be. It look like, versus watching the game, it looked like you courtside at the game.
Wow,
I just don't understand why do y'all think we haven't seen more stuff like that? Like that
costs, right? I think they cost. Like those glasses cost. It's like
I'm talking about the Travis Scott thing though.
Because I think it's the hardware. I really think that's why.
Is there a big artist that could do it and be successful? I think Travis is the best case though. Like I can't off the top of my head who could do that got something like some type of stake with the youth and still popular enough to like pull it off. Like who else would it be besides Travis?
I mean, of course, the obvious like
Cardi.
Yeah, Cardi, Lotto. I think she could do it. She appeals to a lot of younger folks because we're talking about the future. So I think it'll be for like younger people. What's going to capture younger people? For us, who? I'm a techie, so if
you got the glass,
I would. There's an Oculus at home. The crazy thing though, Spike, is I haven't used it yet.
I couldn't see myself like just putting it on and just zoning out. Like I just must be old person me. Like I just can't do it.
Yeah, as a matter of fact,
It's too
now that I think
encompassing.
about it,
I think if they promote it right, and if like I said, if you didn't have to go and buy this thing,
Yeah.
I think if they just did it the right way, I think people will actually do
Like,
it.
would you watch a movie doing it with that on?
Yeah, I haven't watched the whole movie, but I have watched stuff on it. It's dope.
Really?
It's like you sitting in a little, like you said, a courtside thing.
Yeah.
Oculus is cool. I don't use it, but no, it's actually cool though. I just don't want to go through the process of putting that on. Like I said, I think if it was easier to just like if it was as simple as like putting on some glasses or something, I probably would use it a lot more. But because it's like a headset and all that, like I'm not gonna do all that.
Apple got a version too, right?
I don't.
yeah, the Apple Vision
Yeah,
Pro.
they got one.
They're like,
Oh, you still got to put it on your head.
$30,000.
and stuff?
Same. Oh, that's how much they
I'm
are?
joking,
Oh,
but it's
see,
very
yeah,
God
again,
dang.
man, I think it's just not practical enough.
Yeah.
I just think it has to be something more simple than that. It has to be something that you could just put on really quick, take it off when you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying. It has to be something like that. If it's not that, I can't see this. I can't see it taking
it's
off.
too much friction. But that's for us.
Kids, yeah.
Like with the younger generation, with the merging of worlds like gaming and music is possible. Lil Nas X actually did something similar had a virtual experience for Old Town Road and Montero. And per Gaming and Music Integration Report by Game Analytics Pro, he demonstrated a 40% higher engagement rate among younger demographics compared to traditional music video releases. So there is data, and I can cite a lot of a couple of data points that validates some of this stuff. It's just there's little movement with it. So you got Travis Scott and Lil Nas X, right? Where are the other people that's gonna adapt and try virtual releases? But you know what is working though, because a lot of kids are on gaming. But the one thing that we're seeing that I think is interesting, J. Cole did it and Drake is doing it now.
Oh, that's
Content around albums that they're dropping with the Iceman thing.
J. Cole did the podcast.
And J. Cole did the podcast when he put his mixtapes on streaming services. What do y'all think about that? Is there a future for
That
album releasing that?
that I think is going to continue to blow, especially with as much talk as people have been talking about Iceman, whether it be good or bad. Like I seen terrible talk about it, like ain't shit going on, why am I watching this? And I seen good stuff as far as what J. Cole doing. But I think what that does, it resonates with both crowds because people are getting so familiar now with streamers, especially youngsters. Sitting there watching that Iceman shit, to them it's like watching a stream. It's like, oh, okay, we communicating with each other in the chat, we making funny comments. Like that whole thing is entertaining to them. As to what someone like me will watching and be like, bro, ain't nothing happening on the screen in 35 minutes. Why? What's going on, bro? This dude riding around
You
in
don't
the
have that
car.
type of time.
I don't want to hear. Yeah, exactly.
Hey.
I don't have time to watch this for 35 minutes, and he played one song.
Yeah,
I'm not
that's
doing
crazy.
that. I also can see though, because people are so acclimated to streaming, the younger crowd gravitating to it, but then the older people being like, okay, it was a dope song that came from this, and people talking about it, then you go listen to the song. That's the only reason that I listened to the songs that came from it. People were talking about it.
Shit, and we can wait until the song, somebody
Yeah.
clip the song. put it
clip
up.
the song up, and that's what I did. Like, I cut it off immediately. Like, like bro, there's nothing going on here.
That's the benefits to being older.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, we'll just wait.
Right.
Y'all can sit there and wait, and it's gonna be dope.
Be a part of the experience.
Right.
Yeah, have fun. Have fun with that.
Just need, what's the damn song?
Right.
But
Give me the link.
It's getting covered all, like you go on Twitter. I gotta reprogram my algorithm, bro, because every time I see old boy, I don't even want to say his name, but it's two of them now. But it's Drake stuff, and one of the guys is actively covering it. These are really popular artists, but I don't know, Rod. I think that could work. I think that's an environment that they're used to.
Yeah, I think that one could work. I was talking about the Oculus stuff before, but this one, yeah. I see this one. It's like creating your own press run in a sense, like, you know.
It must be super. You think it's really expensive to do, and that's why you have labels that aren't really funding this, because the artist's not gonna pay for it out of their pocket.
Expensive to do what?
That whole virtual reality concert, like at that time, Travis Scott was popping.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm sure his label was like, hell yeah, it costs $1 million to do, it's fine. But I if it's super expensive to do, I could see why it's fizzled out. Because labels not making those investments in artists no more.
Per the data, like augmented reality activation in real world spaces are leading to 50% increase in foot traffic to promotional locations and a 10% surge in the album. So it could be beneficial to them, and that's report came from immersive marketing campaigns in music. So why are they not adapting it? I think maybe because it's new, or man, you know how it is, bro. Like companies are slow to move, corporations are slow to move. They can have all the supporting documentation that they need that this is the thing to do, but they're going to wait until other people continue to do it and are tried and true. So it's hard to be leading and cutting edge. It's going to require some upcoming young rappers that's, that the YNs or whatever listen to do it.
I don't think they want to spend the money. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think more and more is money, because Travis Scott was one of the last artists I feel like that the label was behind. I feel like labels are now more so like, man, go do that shit yourself. Figure it out. Like the Clips, we seen them do that, but they're independent. That whole rollout thing, it wasn't like label pushed and them making calls to get them places. They already had a name, their legacy act. They bought their way out of Def Jam. They put the album out independent, and they know in order for us to make our money back, we got to hit all of these spots, old school style. I don't think labels are investing in album promo anymore. Like even with Cardi, she was on the fucking subway.
Well, yeah, you know what?
Like that ain't label push commercials. She was going you talking about a big artist like Cardi B going hand to hand on the subway talking to people doing pop-ups and stuff.
We're not buying physical stuff anymore.
Right.
So why would they put that much investment dollars?
Not getting a return, exactly.
Not for if you're not gonna get the physical return, because you just basically promoting for streams now.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's probably why they're not putting the dollars behind it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we're not gonna pay $1 million for your promotion.
Yeah, now that I think about it, yeah, y'all might be right, because increase in foot traffic doesn't mean a conversion into an actual sale.
Yep. Right.
So yeah, that's a good point. But yeah, I think the episodic stuff worked. This whole building, this storytelling around the upcoming album, getting people hooked from the very beginning, showing what's going on behind the scenes and stuff like that.
And think how cost efficient that is for Drake. I'm setting up a camera roll. I'm like, I got a camera in my house. I'm just sitting here for an hour and I ain't doing anything. There's no production cost really. Somebody may have to edit it. Same for J. Cole. I'm going finding lost tracks and talking about old songs. Like there's a very low, like I gotta pay out for promotion with that. So
yeah, Rod, your favorite discussion, bro. AI.
Oh shit.
So how the role of AI in album releases. You can use analytics to target fans, which leads to a 30% uplift in conversion for artists. Utilizing similar data-driven strategies, you can generate content, which create a 25% increase in social media shares, which ain't really shit. But and then you have, this isn't necessarily tied to AI, but micro-influencer outreach campaigns, which demonstrate a 40% higher engagement rate compared to traditional influencer campaigns.
Only part about that I would accept is strategy layout. Like if it could spit out like, okay, do this, then do that, hire this person, do that. As long as it's not taking away jobs. Like because like they could say like, yo, hire you a videographer, you know what I'm saying? Hire a this person to then do this thing or whatever. Like give you the strategy, give you the steps. That's where I'll be for AI. But as far as it all doing it for you, and I know that it's convenient and it works for that particular person, but when it comes to AI, I'm always thinking about the greater good, and I'm thinking about the people that are gonna lose money, like myself, right? You know, people hit me up to do, you know, a reel for them. You know what I'm saying? If AI continues down the path it goes, I'm no longer getting hit up to do those reels. I'm no longer getting up to do music videos. So AI is gonna eventually put me out of a job. So that's why I be so just like kind of anti-AI. But as far as using it to get information and get the tools that you need, I think that's fine. You know what I'm saying? Like if they can figure out algorithm, like you need to be here and you need to do that, yeah, I mean use it for that way. that's still somebody losing their job technically, because you have strategists and things like that. You can hire consultants, things like that.
Or maybe those strategists and consultants are using that information as part of their job.
Yeah,
maybe
possibly. Yeah.
Good point. I agree with you. I always the strategists and consultants thing is interesting to me because I've went through a few in being in this media landscape, and there's never really a guarantee on the process. That's the big problem with it.
Yeah.
So you pay for someone, hopefully, who has connections that can tell you, hey, you should do these things. But I also know somebody that can get you through the door. Like,
that's a good point.
Yeah, that's what I've looked for more, and that's where their value come in at versus
the actual strategy.
Yeah, like the actual strategy itself is like, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you can tell me to do that, but who says it's gonna work? But if I know these people and these things to be able to help you get closer to that goal, then go do this event over here because I know the person that founded it, and go do this event over here and do this right here. I appreciate that a lot more from those people. So I do see what you're saying, but I'm in agreement. I don't want AI videos and they take the soul out of it a little bit for me.
It looks whack.
Yeah, like it's like you can tell even when you prompt Chat GPT. It's efficient, but as you read through it, like if you're using it for work emails or strategy, like you say, you can tell a computer did it. If you use Chat GPT and somebody give you something where they did Chat, you be like, I just Chat GPT. I know that. You know what I'm saying? So
I got you.
I think as far as the original question was how AI going to affect it.
Yeah, in what ways could they impact the future rollouts?
I think those strategists and people that you spoke about, Rod, are going to have to develop better relationships with brands and people to be able to pass their clients off to. That's what's going to keep them valuable. But I also think what keeps people like you valuable, or even audio editors, like, AI can do that. But as we were just talking about on the call, Ken, we were not too long ago, like, it can cut clips for me, but it ain't going to cut the clips like I want them to cut. Like, I can't give it the specific instruction yet to make it like, nah, this is a moment right here that need to be cut. It's just gonna cut off some general algorithm type shit. Yeah. So you do lose that. So I don't want to see it replace actors, videographers, directors, things of that nature. But the strategists, I could see it giving them a run for their money if they don't develop relationships.
Like on Dead End Sports, the zoo nigga thing, it would never pick that moment. It was somebody's last name, but it turned into like a moment. Thing, a quick moment. It won't pick that up because it's a little bit more nuanced. That requires a human touch. Because you have to be on the program, you have to see the response from the people in the chat, blah blah blah. Maybe read the comments or whatever. But I think it could help with maybe analytical based decisions. But and I think for independent artists, because that's where I kind of want to wrap up, it could probably help them because they may not be in a position to afford.
I don't have a team like that. Right.
I think to what you guys are saying, the strategists, the plus for them is they may know an editor at Hip Hop DS or somewhere else. They'll be like, hey man, trust me, this dude is dope. That person may have always sent them dope music, so they trust them as a source. Versus it's hard for me to open emails now from just random PR people. It has to be somebody I actually know and send me some dope stuff.
Facts.
So if AI is sending out an email blast and you can tell it's like I'm not opening this, but it could benefit independent artists, possibly.
Yes.
But I think the last thing that I thought was interesting is direct to consumer, direct to fan sales model, which is kind of what Nipsey did. Nipsey was great at this. This kind of ties in everything in terms of and kind of goes back to the clips, like finding a way to integrate all of this stuff together, like a traditional model with maybe some virtual stuff, some gaming stuff, but, it's saying that like direct to fan sales models bypass traditional distributors results in artists retaining 80% more revenue per sale compared to traditional distribution channels, meaning that email list. This is why you see all those rappers that be putting out albums, the Mussolini and Willie the Kid and all these guys that's used to like, dang, they put out another album, because they have a relationship, with their fan base.
One NBA YoungBoy doing that, he was dropping that like 5 albums a year.
He was just always dropping stuff. The younger generation, they love like content.
Facts.
You know, so like the more the merrier for them. So that's why I think it worked well for them.
I think G Herbo may have done that. Like had gherbo.com and he was like, I'm only releasing the album on the .com site.
Marcy did it.
Yeah, Rob Marcy do that. Like a lot of the indie artists do that. That's what you mean by the directors.
Yeah.
I think that's the way to go.
I feel you, but I also think it's a certain demo that still purchase physical, or because, well, I guess you still can sell the digital download,
yeah,
like
they do.
digital download. So yeah, you can still do that.
If I'm a middle of the road artist like a Freddie Gibbs or G Herbo, like I ain't a superstar, I think there's some value in having a FreddieGibbs.com where I got the merch here, I got unreleased music here, I got your email address like you said, Ken, so I can do the blast. I almost would prefer to do that than doing something independently and just dropping it on DSPs. Even though more people gonna get it on DSPs, I probably make less money releasing it over there. I'm just gonna give more notoriety. We had this conversation on that because I think we were talking about G Herbo as far as if I was an artist, I would seriously look into like I'm just gonna drop it. And I know Kanye tried it, but you had to have a device or something crazy like that. Like if I was able to create an app and got with people that could create the app and you can play the music just like you can play it on Apple or just like you can play it on Spotify, but it's just my music and I got my old catalog on there, I got my mixtapes on there, I think that would go crazy for some artists.
Didn't Eric Bellinger do something like that?
Did he? I'm not sure.
It was one of those singers that are tech guys too.
Yeah.
Where they were doing something similar to that as well.
Bro, I don't see why more artists know, like, here's the app, it's $3.99, like for a membership for a month or whatever it may be, you play a lot more for a lot less. So for $3.99, I'm gonna put all my mixtapes on here. I'm gonna do a daily vlog or sometimes vlog. You got my merch you get access to, maybe you get 10% off. I'd do that before like just dropping an album and putting it on DSP.
Yeah, because you as a mid to smaller artists, you don't have access to the coverage that Eclipse would get or anybody else would get. You may not know anybody at Fortnite.
Right.
You can call up to do a virtual thing. Or maybe you can do your own virtual. Maybe you can,
find a company that know how to do it.
Find a company that know how to do it.
Smaller production company.
Maybe incorporate some AI shit to do it. I don't know. But a way to combine all this stuff because your reach and resources are limited.
I think the issue with that is like what if multiple, like a lot of artists start doing it. Now you paying $3.99 here, $3.99 there. You got all of these monthly subscriptions,
like streaming services.
Yeah. It basically right, but just on a bigger scale because there's so many artists. So if you got like 10, 20 artists that you like or you checking for, now you got 10, 20 memberships in order just to hear that content or just to see that content. So I think that's the gamble that you run into if you. I mean, I'll just say it like Mick Jenkins is one of my favorite artists or whatever, but like
you're not paying $3.99 a month.
It's like I don't know how much he's charging or whatever, but yeah, it's like you gotta tap in wherever he has that album. Rock Marciano, another one of my favorite. He does the same thing, but I end up just waiting. You got people like B who are loyalists or whatever that'll still do it, buy the vinyl, but I'm not a vinyl buying guy. So he gets that perk. It's not a perk for me because that's not. Yeah. I'm not buying.
You just want to stream the music.
So for him, it works. You know what I'm saying? He's like, shit, I was gonna buy the vinyl anyway. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and send him this money. For somebody like me that just consumes the music the way I consume music, it's not a perk for me.
That's a good point because I feel like the average person, once everyone start doing it, you have maybe 3 artists that you would do it for, if that.
Right.
I don't because. J. Cole is my guy. I like J. Cole a lot more before he did the apology thing, but I still like him. I still haven't paid $10 to listen to that because my mind wrapping my head around. I get free podcasts that I can listen to all day, and they keep me entertained. I don't even get to all of them, so I got to pay $10 to listen to yours. Even though everybody's telling me it's dope, everybody's like it's great. You should hear it. You would really like it. It's right your speed. I still haven't paid the $10 to do it. I don't know what artist I would actually do that for now.
And
that
you know
I'm
what's
thinking
crazy about that whole thing, man? Is that's what we did back in the day. We paid for the artists that we wanted to hear.
Yep.
If it was multiple albums, and we got so brainwashed, including myself.
That's a fact. That's crazy.
It's like, damn, bro. I used to pay
Physical copies would come out on Tuesday. If it was two albums that you wanted, you get them two albums.
And if another one come out next week,
You
I'm
getting
trying
that
to find
next
the money.
one.
Like, think of how much
Facts.
money we were spending just to support our artists, you know what I'm saying?
$12.99. Yep.
That's basically the same thing that'll be happening now, but we've been so far removed from it
Yeah.
that it seems crazy now.
Facts.
It's the same thing, honestly. Even if it is all these artists that have these memberships or whatever, the way I did it back then, I should do the same thing now. So I'm gonna have to
That's a good
have a
point.
conversation. I'm gonna have to reprogram.
do.
Yeah, for real. Like, it's like, damn, like I gotta reprogram. Like, if it was like a revolution where all artists just started doing it, I think we'll be forced
to do that.
Because I was against the shit. Like can't tell you. I didn't do the digital shit for a long time, man. I would still go out and purchase CDs because I wanted the physical copy. But yeah, I'm so far
And
removed.
you're right in the sense of too, it don't have to be a reoccurring. If the artist is smart, it could be like buying a CD and it's a one-time payment. But it depends on how much content you putting out.
Yeah.
If you doing a vlog and you're doing all this different stuff where it's worth a monthly subscription, then you charge monthly. But it could be this $12.99. One for unlimited access because just the albums on here, you get access to the merch or whatever it may be. I'm not going to charge you every month. More people may be open for it that way because that is similar to going out and buying a CD.
Yeah, just building a world, man.
Yeah.
And you're a super diehard. What's the 1,000 true fans sort of thing?
Yep.
Would love to live in that world.
So you have a little community board, chat board there. Like that'll go crazy.
B, you're right, Rob. B would, if one of his favorite artists and he would live in that world. He would absolutely do it. And there are enough people out there that has the disposable income to be able to do that. You know, or be willing to support. Like I'm a little cheap, bro. I ain't.
But I wasn't always like that.
They got
I wasn't always like that.
I used to have a book of CDs
I'm telling
that,
you.
bro. Like,
Think how much money
You're right, bro. I gotta have a conversation with myself too.
yeah, because it's like, think about
That was
without thought. Every Tuesday, I would go to Media
Check
Play,
it.
go to the album store. Like, you going to see, okay, what they got? What's that?
Happily
Oh,
give
I
your
didn't know
money.
that came out. Boom. Here you
happily
go.
give your money.
Yeah, don't let something be like $9.99, less than $15.99. I'm buying something. I got
It's
give me another one. Yeah, I got another one.
Crazy.
Thanks. You will buy. I will buy it. I bought.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
bought like Be Rich 89. Like, I don't even know if people remember that. Like the dude from Baltimore, it's like just a random ass song. I just bought it. It was like, okay, cool,
Selly Sell.
Yeah.
I buy a Selly Sell CD. Selly Sell.
bro.
I don't sell.
It's going down tonight.
Yeah.
It's
I
going
don't buy that just based off that one track.
Facts.
Like, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, it's crazy how far
It
removed
is.
we are from that.
Facts.
You know what? I always say that I'll do it later. That's the biggest thing, honestly.
That's how I've been
I'll
with the
get
J.
back to
Cole.
it.
I keep saying that to the J.
yeah.
Cole. I still haven't listened. It probably been out a year now. I keep saying I gotta get that shit at some point.
Yeah, and that's really what's been happening. Is like, oh yeah, I can listen to it now, but you know, when I get a chance, I'll go back and buy it.
That's
You know,
what we do.
and I just never get around to buying it.
Right.
But I'm gonna change. I'm gonna do better.
Right.
I am.
But think about this, Ken, that this was another thing. Like, you wanted to be one of the first ones with that shit.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
you're the first
saying?
one with the CD.
But see, now that's not the case anymore.
Yeah, because everybody got access to it. 12 a.m.
Yeah.
Everybody online.
That's a really good point, man. You hop on the bus with the Walkman,
Right.
and you the only one with the Hot Boy CDs. Like, where you get that from?
Get it how you
Let me
live.
listen to it. Let me listen to a song, bro. Like, nah.
Yeah, that's
a
going,
good
man.
point, though.
It's going, bro.
Because we used to pay. So
Yeah.
one of the rollout things, a big part of the rollout from our generation was the coming soon stuff, like on the inside of the albums.
Yeah. Like the No Limit
Yeah,
stuff.
the No Limit stuff.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
bro, we paid albums were $14, $13.99.
Unless you went the first week. The first
We
week
went to go get them. Like it was a store in Nashville that sold them early on Fridays, and if you paid $20,
Oh,
you get the CD.
yeah. What stores like that?
Yeah, so we because they got the shipment in early, like the week before, and if you knew, you could go there and buy it for the weekend on Friday. Here go $20, and you did not care because I went to school with that CD. For how you get this, man? Like where you get this from? So it was one of those things. If you knew, you knew. That's a great point. It was a big deal to add that shit
Yeah,
first.
There was a store, and I'm gonna shout them out. I don't know if they're still around. Meridian Underground. They would get them early too, and I had a good relationship with the guy, and I would go in there, and that's when I would get them 2 days before everybody else.
Facts.
Damn, I forgot about that. That shit used
Yeah,
to be
but that
so
was a
dope,
thing, bro.
Hell yeah.
That was a thing.
Yep, Meridian Underground.
I remember, like, I would go to work.
Cool white guy, too.
AB, me and AB worked together when we was like 14, 15 years old at
Damn.
Kroger.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how long I've been on. So he lived right around the corner from the store that I'm talking about. So he'll come to work on Fridays with all the new No Limit. He bought every No Limit CD he bought.
That's crazy.
It wasn't one No Limit CD that he did not buy. So every Friday he would be there, and you'll know, like, oh, I'm finna go on my break, man. Let me get your hair. I know you got the new such and such.
That's
and
crazy.
that was a big deal.
And yeah, it's just that's lost.
Facts.
It's not
Yeah.
there,
It ain't a
man.
thing no more.
Which what made what the Clips did with their rollout, you know, it kind of hit us a certain way.
Facts. It
And-
reminded us of those days.
Yeah, I just, you know, and I know everybody have their thing. This generation will have, like, this will be their thing. You know, going to a virtual concert maybe or whatever, or listening to and watching. Like, there are going to be people talking about the Drake, watching the
Iceman.
Iceman series. You know, and they're gonna be us one day talking about, hey man, you don't remember the episode? Oh man, remember what it was like when he played this song? There are people like that. It ain't for me.
Nah.
But you know, everybody has their moment, their time, and how they do it. And I think it's gonna be interesting to kind of watch how it evolves, if it ever evolves. But
Agreed.
I don't know. But anyway, yeah, we'll see. Anyway, while you guys checking us out, man, let us know what you see, what you think about album rollouts, and what would interest you. So we'll leave it there. We'll catch you guys next time. We got peace.
Peace.